Hi, everyone, and welcome to the letter G. I know that it's going to be a great letter to talk about, kind of a pun intended, but I also am excited about just getting you to know the letter and the word. So I'm going to give you a clue. I just said the G word. Do you want me to give you the clue again? I will give it to you one more time. I'm going to give you a clue. That was your clue. I bet you got it. Give. The word for G is give. What a great word to give you and me, because I think it's something that applies well to all of us. And I think that it's something we can continue even in times where we are struggling or we have hard times. We still have that power to give. And one of the greatest things about giving is that when we give is the best time to also receive back. And it's really with giving that we find that receiving, particularly of things like joy and contentness and resilience, is when we give. So I learned about the power of giving at a really young age. Having grown up in a really dysfunctional home and being in a home that struggled with a lot of addictions and mental health issues, what I remember getting given to me particularly was from my neighbor. And when I would go play outside, I was just one of those troubled kids, and I would have behavior issues and I could be labeled as the bad kid. But I remember that neighbor would give me hope through a cup of juice. Every time I saw her, without questions being asked, she gave me that juice. And what she gave me in that time was also a you matter moment. And so sometimes our behaviors of giving speak so many other languages and words that we don't have the ability to speak. When I was in foster care, I remember being given a lot of opportunities, those welcomes, those supports, the smiles. When I was 14, I got a job in the morning and a job in the afternoon, and they gave me opportunity to be sufficient and independent. So there's a lot of ways that we can give, and there's a lot of humor and joy that we can use in giving. You don't want to give dead batteries, even if they're for free, because there's no charge. I know that was a good joke. But in the meaning of that is you don't want to give something that's dead because it's not going to fuel the other people. Give something within you that has the power to do that. Let me share something with you where I learned this concept. So I am blessed to work with a gal on my group that started the speech of the no big deal. Marty Dutch is from California, and she would describe it as being able to give from what is your no big deal. Your no big deal is that thing that you naturally do and are just motivated to do as a part of who you are. So whenever somebody says, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe you just did that," and you say, "Oh, it was no big deal," that is your no big deal. That's what you're really, really good at giving. So you can give verbally, like I do, with encouragement, or maybe that motivation or that inspiration or that hope. You can give monetarily, and there are those who we need to do that, to sponsor donations to nonprofits, individuals, people helping in places that you can give. Emotionally, being able to encourage, support, giving the listening ears, giving referrals. Psychologically, helping them challenge their thoughts and providing that in so many different ways. You might even be an educator in some ways with that. Spiritually, if you're one who can give that concept of being able to see things from a healing way, or maybe even in a prayer or a way of healed thinking, that's a spiritual. And then physically, if you want to go up to a teenager or a high schooler or an adult that you're friends with, you want to give them a high five eventually, or on Zoom, or you want to give a thumbs up or a letter in the mail, or you want to give them a gift or put something on their box. Those are things that you can do physically. Figuring out which one is you to give from your no big deal. So for the Hope Project, I want you to remember that giving really refreshes our perspective of challenges and the things we face. It helps us as much as it helps those. Don't really determine how you feel about what you give by the receiver, because you will feel that no matter what you do when you give from your heart. Rewards process in the brain. It's really a healing tool for us in times of hardships to be able to give more, because it will be reciprocal and come back. And it really gives us value in our time and what we do for others. So for the journal, what I want you to give your time to this time is reflecting on and really journal about a time someone gave you something. So this could be an item, this could be time, it could be support. And I want you to think about how it greatly impacted you, and write about that, how somebody giving you something and you receiving helped. And then I want you to plan a way to start giving something weekly, like giving your kiddos a little something extra, or giving your time to something, or maybe an item, whatever your choice is, giving that to somebody. I hope to give you some joy and give you some time and give you some power to find your best gift. Enjoy. See you next week. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.